What's up, Toy Fam, and welcome back to another episode of the Totally Cool channel. And this is the third part of the series for the Stunticons. And for this one, we have third component who is, well, he's not part of the G1 continuity. He was never part of the G1 team. His name is Off-Road, just like the aerial bots that we talked about a few episodes ago. This one has not been shown on the G1 cartoons, but I think there was something wrong with one of the other limbs. But anyway, we will open him up and show you how to transform him, and then we will also do a character review. We'll also do a combiner review when we build him into Menasor. So stay tuned for that. So the third Stunticon in the series, as you can see, he still has his price tag. Yeah, I wasn't able to take that off. We have the Decepticon Off-Road. So, as always, this one is in a cardback, and it looks like he has a comic book. So that's his comic book form, IDW form. Pretty much looks the same with the robot inside. So, Transformers Generations, Decepticon Off-Road for ages 8 and above, and combined to form Menasor. That's Menasor. So that's 5 out of 5, so that makes him one of the legs. On the right hand side, nothing you can see there. So let's look at the back. The back, you have Menasor, and you have him as the left leg. Yep. So if you have two Decepticon Off-Roads and you put them on Menasor, he would not be able to dance because he's going to have two left legs. Left feet. Left legs. Either way. Not funny. As we looked at, as we go back to the Motor Master unboxing, we have Motor Master in the middle. He acts as the torso and the head, and you have Dead End and Drag Strip as the arms, with Breakdown and Off-Road as the legs. So that's his robot form. That's what you see when he's still inside the packaging. But it takes 10 steps to get him to here. He looks like a pickup truck, which is pretty off G1 because they didn't have a pickup truck back then. I didn't realize that pickup trucks could be used for stunts, but again, he's not a G1 character. I think he's a Combine Wars character, but so. To better take a look at it, to have a better look at him, let's open him up. So now we've opened up Off-Road. Now, just want to share with everybody that Off-Road was not part of the original G1 iteration of the Stunticons. In fact, it's kind of weird because he's a pickup truck, and yeah, I know that in some movies you use pickups as stunt vehicles, but Stunticons, apart from Motor Master, were sportier or sleeker vehicles that could pretty much go fast, jump high, aerodynamic vehicles. So Off-Road's kind of an odd duck. Okay, so it says yes, you can 10 moves to transform him from this to this. So it comes with a manual, just like everybody else. Can't be a transformer without a manual because you need some help in showing you or telling you or guiding you on how to transform him properly, lest you break a limb. Now we have another comic book. It doesn't have a collector card, but he has a comic book. So let's see what's inside. That's Bumblebee, and I think that's RC. That looks like Prowl. Who else? Who else is in here? Some of these guys I don't recognize. These are Autobots. Looks like Blitzwing over there. So the artwork is pretty fancy. I haven't had time to read through it, but I don't think we should read. Oh, there's Megatron. There's Megatron. That's nice. That's Megatron. Okay. So enough about the comic book. Again, at the back it shows off-road and robot mode, and off-road and alternate mode, the vehicle mode. And he is a new recruit. Says right here, status is new recruit. He is an extreme conditions warfare specialist, I think, or that's his function. All right. And for the main event, we have off-road after he has been freed from his shackles. We have, surprisingly, off-road does not have a blaster. What he has is battle axe. Now that is cool. That is cool. That is cool. Because if everyone could remember when Optimus Prime first showed and used his Energon axe in the G1 cartoons, that was nice. That was a memorable episode. Now, Off-Road has an axe, and then he also has what appears to be the foot of Menasor, being one of the legs, with Off-Road being one of the legs. So again, it doubles up as a secondary weapon. You can put this peg into his hand hole, and it's a blaster, or a cannon, if you might call it that. I'll take him out of the clamshell. Let's look at him. Round and round. His Stunticon logo looks pretty solid. Some issues with the joints. So that's Off-Road. And we'll get down to the character and toy review in a minute. In a quick minute. First thing, for Off-Road, he is not for the G1 faithful, because he did not appear in the G1 comic book. He did not appear in the second season, episode 40, Key to Vector Sigma. He is a new recruit. He came out and joined the team in the Combine Wars series. And a little bit about this particular toy is that the box art does not look the same as the comic book or the figure. The colors are different. That being said, he is probably the first Stunticon that does not have an alt mode that is sporty. Although you can argue that a pickup truck can be sporty too, But reason why he's called Off-Road is because he is confident and charismatic, and he is willing to operate in the weirdest of circumstances, in extraordinary terrain and conditions, which is why he was invited into the Stunticons. He was also in some realities he's part of the Wreckers, but in this one, in Combine Wars, he is part of the Stunticons. He forms a leg of Menasor. There's the leg of Menasor. Yep, he forms the left leg of Menasor. And notably, he came out as a deluxe class in 2015 as part of the box set. And like I mentioned earlier, he's a four-wheel drive double cab pickup truck. That's his alt mode. He is not in the G2 Combiner Wars Menasor box set. And with his mold is actually pretty useful, because he is a retooled version. His mold was first used to be retooled, and it became First Aid, part of the Protectobots team, and he also turned into Ironhide and Trailbreaker. Now that being said, there's not much history with Off-Road because he, like I said, he just popped out in 2015. So, to summarize, Off-Road is a very interesting figure. As far as playability is concerned, as far as rating this one out of, from a scale of 1 to 5, playability, one of the simplest transformations I've seen. So I'd give it a 5 out of 5. The way he transforms, everything just makes sense. There's no wasted movement. There's no wasted action. Only concern I have when it comes to this particular figure is the tendency for the joints to get really loose. And I think that's the same for most of the molds for the Combine Wars. Yeah, look at that. They can be very loose and they tend to become fragile. G1 appeal, 0 out of 5, because Off-Road was not a G1 character. I'll put a list below on what the other characters were, but Break Off-Road was not a Stunticon in the original Key to Vector Sigma episode. So I give it, to be fair with the guy, it's not his fault, he wasn't there, but it's a 0 out of 5 for me, just to be true to the rating. Now, as far as desk appeal is concerned, yeah, he looks good. He has that menacing look. He may not have been in the G1, but he does have that look. I'm a Stunticon. I'll bump you off the road. I'll do nasty things to you when I'm on my wheels. So he does have that look, and he could pretty much do well standing alone. Give him a 4 out of 5 for that. Overall, as a figure, he's I'd say it's a 4 out of 5. No, I'm sorry, 3 out of 5 if we're doing averaging properly. A 3 out of 5, just because the G1 appeal is not there. But all in all, he blends really well with the rest of the team, especially with the color scheme being so different from everybody else, and but not too far off that he's away from Motormaster. So it's he's got his own style, he's got his own color, but he can still blend well. So yeah, 3 out of 5. So that ends our review for Off-Road. Don't forget to click on like if you like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell button so that you would be notified in case when we put out new material, or if you want to see other videos we've posted. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you on our next episodes. We would like to hear from you. Just post your comments in the comment box if you have any suggestions, comments, or if you have any figure that you want to see. We might have it, we might not, but if we do, we'll look into it and see if we can put them on future episodes. So with that, again, thank you, and happy collecting.